Today we are working on two things. Number one, basically three things. Number one, writing linear equations from graphs or the word problems. And the other thing that we are working on is the system of linear equations. That means where I have two equations and then what is the solution of these two lines. So this is what we are working on. For our goal for today is write linear inequalities and also graph the solution set of system of the linear inequalities. So writing linear inequalities is same as writing a linear line, which is y equals mx plus b. Since it's an inequality, so I have either greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, or less than or equal to symbol. And you probably remember by now that I get to pick the inequality symbol from whatever the line I have. So if I have dashed line, then I either have greater or equal. And if I have a solid, then I have the one with the equal sign. Greater or less. Okay, if it's a multiple choice, then you can easily pick the type of the line. But again, the problem happens, where's the shading and what type of lines? So remembering this is extremely important. What is the slope of the line? I can do rise over run and I will have the slope. So this is a point and that's a point. Rise is 1, 2, and 3. And run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They both are positive and positive. So slope is rise over run is positive 3 over 6, simplifies as 1/2. What is the y-intercept? Y-intercept, this is the y-intercept. B is positive 3. Shading, where's the shading on this line? This is above. If it's above, then I definitely have greater than symbol. So greater than. And what type of line is it? It is dashed. So it has to be just greater than sign. It cannot have the equal in it. So inequality would be, it needs to be written as y equal mx plus b form. I just have to fill up the symbol. So y, it's greater than, m is 1/2, x plus 3. So it is reverse of what you did on Monday. So you should be able to solve this question on your own, be able to write the inequality, figure out the slope, where's y-intercept, where's this shading above, below, what type of line is going to be, does this have. So that is what we are working on. The next one is writing linear inequalities from a verbal description, so from the words. So you have to read your equations carefully. First, identify your coefficients of the variables. You need to have total limit for the situation. What is it equals to? So total. Write the equation in the standard form, ax plus by, c, and then I have to fill that box with one of the symbol. Determine the appropriate inequality, so that's where the symbol goes. Now your keywords that you often see are no more than. So no more than. So that means you cannot have something above that. That means you stay under it. So it should be less than or equals to. Just like you cannot spend more than $10. So your spending cannot be more than 10. So it means that you need to stay 10 or less. So this is less than or equal. At most is also less than or equal to. At least, your passing score should be at least 70. Can it be 70? Yes. 71? Yes. 72? Yes. So it should be greater than or equal to that. No less than. Your passing score cannot be or should be no less than 70. So can it be 70? Yes. 71? Yes. 72? Yes. So above that number, but can it be less than that? No. So it needs to be, so at least it needs to be greater than or equals to. So greater than or equals to. So they basically mean the opposite whenever it's written that way. Let's look at the first example. Kathy is buying plants and soil for a flower bed for her mom. Bags of soil cost 5 and each plant cost 10. So bag cost $5 each and plant cost $10 each. She can spend no more than $40. So she cannot spend no more than 40. So your keyword over here is no more than 40. So no more than 40 means, can she spend $40? Yes, she can be equals to 40. Can she spend 41? No. So she needs to stay less than 40. So my symbol no more than means less than or equal. This is what my symbol is, less than or equal, which is written as less than or equal. So that's what my symbol is. Excuse me. Bags of soil cost 5 each. I can call bags of soil X, so 5X. And each plant I can call plant Y, so plus 10Y. Less than or equals to $40. That's our total. So this is total. This is inequality, no more than. This is each bag of soil. This is each bag, each plant. Not bag, pot of plant maybe. So writing the inequalities are easy. Only thing is that you have to read your question and then you have to identify which symbol goes there. So you read your questions, see the symbols, you should be able to write them out. So you have 1, 2, and 3 to finish. I'm pretty sure you can do those. If you flip your paper, there's a blank side, but then there's an opportunity for you to make interactive notes, such as steps to graph inequalities. What are your steps? What type of lines you have and their symbols, what type of shading and their symbol. Where do you find the solution set? So think about what are the possible solution sets and where do you find them? And that goes over here. So use this space to make interactive notes for yourself so you remember these small things. The next one that you are doing is graphing system of linear equations. I have linear inequalities. So I have 2 linear inequalities and I'm going to graph them the usual way. So first thing is you draw the line. The line needs to be in y equal mx plus b format. So the line needs to be in the slope-intercept form. And then I have the inequalities. If I have to divide it by a negative number, then I would flip it. Again, I'm going to graph it accordingly. So I'm going to graph each line accordingly. And my system of the linear inequalities would be, or the solution set of the system would be the common shaded area. So common, what is present in both? So common shaded area, that is where my solution is going to be for the system. When do you have above shading? You have above shading when you have a greater than symbol. When do you get a solid line? When there's an equal in it. When do you have a dashed line and above shading? When you just have a greater than symbol, no equal sign. When do you have below? When you have a less than, this is a less, and solid line where you have an equal. You have below when you have a less than symbol, and dash line means no equal, so you just leave it alone like that. And then we are going to do the shading, and then common shaded area will be my answer. The equation needs to be in the slope intercept form. So we don't only have 2 examples. This is what I'm gonna work on, this is what you work on, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions at the back that you have to do. All right, first thing, let's draw the first line. So I am going to draw the first line. This is my first line, and you can graph it by hand or you can graph it using the calculator. So I'm not gonna tell how I'm drawing, so you will be able to draw on your own. Y greater than or equals to 2x minus 5. So this is a solid line, and this is greater than, so shading is going to be above it. So this is what my note is. Let's draw the line. This is correct, I can draw it. And it's going to be a solid line, so I'm just going to draw a solid line. Here you go. Now I have to do the shading. You have to do the shading with a pencil because I'm going to erase a region from here. I'm going to erase an area. So for that line, my shading should be above it. So I'm just going to lightly shade it. You are going to erase it. So this should be my area. So lightly shaded, I'm going to erase it. Second line is x plus y less than 4. This is not y equal mx plus b form, so first I have to fix it. So subtract x here, subtract x here. I'm left with y less than minus x plus 4. So that is what my second equation is. I do not have to divide by any number or negative, so that's correct. What type of line I'm going to have? I am going to have a dashed line, and I am going to have a less than, so I'm going to have a below shading. So let's draw the line. It starts at 4 and it's -1, so 1 down. I have the shading. Sorry, I have the line. I am going to draw the line. It is a dash line, so it's a dash line, so I don't need a pen. Ruler. There you go. My line is there. And shading will be below this line. So shading will be below, and as you notice that I'm only gonna shade over here. So the previous shading was also here, and the new shading is also here, so that's my answer. This area, the shading did not overlap. I was above that dotted line or dashed line, so there you go. That is not my answer. So I have to remove that side. That is not my shading section, and there you go. I do not have to draw or color any extra region because there was no shading here, so leave it alone. It won't be a common area. So this was a common shaded section, and that is what my solution said. So this is where the solution is going to be. In common or overlapping shaded section. So solution set is in common shaded area, so this is the correct answer over here. So you have one example over here that you have to do on your own, and you have 3 multiple choice at the back and 1 writing word problems. Go ahead, finish all of these questions.